Flat finish or satin finish. There's semi-gloss. It's difficult for you to see in the camera, I understand that, but this is displaying the different sheens that paint will come in depending upon what you're choosing to work on or put paint on. Brad with Painter here. I hope you're all having a good Saturday. Nice to see you. Satin or flat finish. We're talking about painting ceilings today. I wanted to remind everybody, if you're choosing to paint a room in your house and you want to decorate the walls and that sort of thing, maybe even add an accent color to a wall in a room, don't skip your ceilings. All too often I hear homeowners and do-it-yourselfers say like, but we're not going to mess around with any ceilings right now. So we just want to get some color on the walls, new color, and decorate this room. And the reason they say that is because for them, with no skill set, it's very difficult to paint ceilings. And I understand that. I've seen so many bizarre techniques of how people go about trying to paint their ceiling, and it looks painful to me to watch them do that. Be up on a ladder with a rickety paint tray and not enough paint in there, and really having a hard time struggling overhead with using just their roller frame like this rather than using their extension. And the extension roller, even one of the other painters that I follow, I was watching one of his videos. He was painting a wall, and he was saying to do it yourselfers because he sees them struggling, and he said, make sure that you use your paint pole, your extension pole, and because do-it-yourselfers will take these things off and then struggle like this with just the roller frame, because we know, and I can even remember back to my apprenticeship, the first half a year it took to get where this using this the right way doesn't feel awkward. And same thing with running a brush all the time. Just that awkward, my God, took a half a year to a year, maybe even. I understand it takes a long time to develop them skills. But what you have to do is struggle through the awkward phase. Just take your time and dip your roller all the way. Have a full dip. If you're rolling your walls, go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. You got to stand straight up and down. That's what it's intended for. This thing is long enough when you open it up to 4 feet for you to be able to reach. Same thing with rolling your ceilings. A lot of times I'll park that handle right here by my hip when I'm rolling a ceiling. It just creates some stability there, and plus reduces fatigue is what it really does in the shoulder, whatever muscles you use for that. But just go back and forth in front of you, and you basically walk backwards. But for rolling ceiling overhead, put a hat on so it's not sprinkling in your eyes. But you just got to go back and forth. I've seen so many people that just with not enough paint on their roller, like roll it back and forth, back roll it out, dip it again, and just keep going. Start where it's dry, come back into your wet, and back roll it together, and keep a wet edge. But make sure, and again, don't skip your ceilings. Paint your ceilings. Take that opportunity. If you're gonna get into painting a room, your ceilings can get skipped for a couple of decades sometime. You have no idea how much that nice flat white, and that's what you're going to want to use on most of your ceilings, probably except for your bathroom, how quickly that stuff is fading and yellowing. If you put nice new white up there when you're going to paint your walls. It's the greatest thing, opportunity to take to keep up with your home. And I just wanted to encourage you to do that. Don't skip your ceilings. And what else was it? Make sure that, most of it's flat on your ceilings, because anytime you got southern, especially southern and western exposure with good lighting, you just see so many more imperfections. You don't necessarily need to wash your ceilings anyway. That's really the only thing that would flat paint wouldn't allow. You can't wash it. You can't wash dirt and stains and grease or anything off of flat paint. If you wash flat paint, you'll wash the paint right off. Then you just have to paint it again, which is fine. But satin finish, the other one too, is the other more modern flat paint now is referred to as matte, matte, and so that refers to flat paint also. But washable paints finishes are like satin and semi-gloss. Those you can wash and maintain up until you repaint them again on your walls. But I think that's kind of the things that I wanted to cover today. I hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you're painting something, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Everybody take care. Keep her tight.